Who is Marjorie cheating with? Allegedly. The bodyguard.
Is Margarita with a woman the protector okay? I must get some margin to address this slope picture. This Hollywood sparkling roads are abuzz, and today's not about the following blockbuster. We're plunging into a secret that is grasped Tinseltown 1 that rotates around the staggering Lori Harvey. And her mission for truth, you understand what I needed at 21. I don't need it 25, right? I don't have a clue about her any longer. I don't have the foggiest idea who she is. Howdy, everybody, and welcome back to Celeb Live Channel. Everybody knows Steve Harvey, the television tycoon with that irresistible charm. He's been a stone in Lori's life and keeping it. Mind that he's her stepfather. Their bond has appeared to be unclear from that of a natural dad-girl father or pair, as perhaps of the most gorgeous and pursued model on the planet. She orders consideration any Late she goes. Steve never wondered whether or not to give Lori love, frequently openly considering her his own. However, in a move that has left Hollywood a race and fans the same in shock, Lori is supposedly looking for clearness about her genealogy through a DNA test, the inquiry at the forefront of everybody's thoughts. Who truly is Lori Harvey's organic dad? I feel that was all there was to it for me. I think since I was youthful, I was all the while attempting to sort out what my identity and do I like. And what don't I like presently? Here's where things get truly delicious. Lori's mom, Marjorie Harvey, isn't new to Hollywood's gossip factory. Murmurs regarding her previous connections have long drifted in the shadows of stylish gatherings and breathtaking honorary pathway. A portion of those very murmurs propose that the responses Lori looks for may be connected to a huge figure from Marjorie's past. Might a past love interest at any point be the lacking part of the riddle? Yet stand by. There's a William Large Blast Freeman needs Steve's spy watch, has strikingly ventured into the spotlight, guaranteeing he's not only an ex-representative. Enormous Blast charges a relationship with Marjorie tracing all the way back to the mid-2000s. Here's the stunner he's daringly recommending that Lori may be his natural girl. Discuss shaking the groundworks of the Harvey family. Currently, Lori's DNA test isn't a basic swab and wait. It conveys the heaviness of years, possibly rethinking her relationship with Steve, the one who's been her point of support through various challenges. It's a junction second for them. The two feelings, personality, trust, the actual texture of family, is being scrutinized plainly. And as though that wasn't sufficient to mix the pot, there are discussions indicating possible strife among Marjorie and Steve. Might a separation at some point be not too far off? We can't resist the urge to contemplate whether this debate is stoking the fire, particularly as it's having far-reaching influences on both Lori and Steve's expert directions. Grains generally so aware of picture and connection are purportedly re-evaluating their ties presently. We figured out how to get some selective insider scoop. A source near the family reveals this is definitely not an unexpected disclosure. There have been propensities, quiet inquiries that have waited for some time. Gracious. The plot is turning to jump a piece further into this Hollywood whirlpool. We should begin by unraveling the history. Ideal backdrop of Marjorie and Steve's relationship. Their romantic tale started harking back to the 1990s, despite the fact that they didn't secure the bunch until 2007. I met her 86-87 when the tune came out. Then God gave her back to me in 2005. From that point forward, the team has habitually been depicted as one of Hollywood's power couples, with the two of them supporting each other's undertakings and introducing a unified front against any reactions or debates. Think what befell me and Margie was, we got together at a point in our life where we had both fizzled at this pitiably, and it simply wasn't. Disappointment wasn't a choice. It's essential to take note of that. While Steve has consistently kept a public picture of revering Lori as high, some media hypotheses about the relational intricacies have periodically indicated propensities of pressure. There have been occurrences in past meetings where unobtrusive subtleties in their discussions alluded to fundamental issues. Lori then again has rarely spoken about these hypotheses yet here. Rising conspicuousness in the public eye implied that she's needed to address her relational intricacies. On occasion, during a 2018 appearance on a famous syndicated program, she referenced our family hate as its intricacies like some other, yet the affection we share for each other remaining parts unfaltering. Enter William Large Blast Freeman. He wasn't a passerby in the Harvey family adventure. Freeman was once a vital piece of Steve Harvey's expert world, filling in as his protector during the mid-2000s. Their functioning relationship has for quite some time been reputed to have finished on not exactly neighborly conditions. Freeman's ensuing cases about his supposed relationship with Marjorie have just added one more layer of interest with such a set of experiences. It's not shocking that the actual topic of family values and devotion has been repetitive in Steve Harvey's public appearances and shows he's much of the time examined the significance of remaining by your friends and family. Regardless of the obstacles during an episode of his television show, he once said it's not regarding blood or science. It's about the affection and security you share. This feeling mirrors the Harvey family approach to exploring past contentions and tales. An unknown insider as of late uncovered to us, the Harveys have consistently figured out how to introduce a unified front in any event. During the hardest times, they esteem their picture and the possibility of family over all the other things yet at. The colloquialism goes, when you're at the zenith of popularity, the world keeps a close eye on you, and the ramifications are sweeping. The continuous unrest in the Harvey family isn't without its misfortune, I think, just continuously putting me first, and you realize I have such countless organizations that I'm similar to France specifically are proceeding circumspectly. A few significant supports that were in chats with both Lori and Steve are presently supposedly on hold and existing. Coordinated efforts are under survey. The design business, known for its speedy reaction to public feeling, is remarkably careful. A source from a main-style magazine as of late uncovered we had a selective photograph shoot agreed with Lori 1 month from now. Currently it's deferred endlessly, as is much of the time the case. Public discernment influences with each diversion of the story. Virtual entertainment has been swirling with partition conclusions, while a few regulation Lori for looking for clearness and truth. Others contend that this family question ought to have stayed private. Syndicated programs and media sources are having a field day hypothesizing on each conceivable result, and its suggestions. Steon's inside media outlets. The murmurs are stronger than any time in recent memory. The Harveys, once seen as a guide of family solidarity, are presently a subject of quieted discussions at industry occasions and get-togethers. Eminent figures from Hollywood, some of whom have shared screen space, worked together with Steve, or keeping a conciliatory quietness. Then there are the disrupting bits of gossip about Marjorie and Steve's potential division. The kind of this contention is purportedly adding weight to a generally difficult stage in their marriage. While neither has affirmed anything, tabloids and online gatherings show up with hypotheses drawing joins between past episodes and the current tumult. The repercussions are not bound to supports or public appearances. Steve's forthcoming project, which was scheduled to debut this fall, is purportedly confronting delays, with makers rethinking their send-off procedure. Lori's coordinated efforts, particularly in design world, are additionally under the magnifying lens. An insider on the state of secrecy shared Lori is focused on about the family disclosures as well as what they're meaning for her expert responsibilities. She had enormous designs during the current year, and presently it's everything up in the air. Another source near Steve indicated he's forever been one to deal with difficulties directly, yet this is private and expert. It's a twofold blow. In the midst of the elevated expectation encompassing Lori Harvey's DNA test hall, Wood and its vigorous devotees prepare themselves for an expected disclosure. While it has forever been public information that Steve Harvey isn't Lori's natural dad, late murmurs have reignited interest in the genuine story behind her genealogy. Individuals are seeing and not, very much like the title and the show, and everything everyone loves to get involved for quite a long time. Many accept that Marjorie's second spouse, Darnell Woods, was Lori's introduction to the world dad, given the common history and course of events of occasions anyway. The unexpected case by Steve's ex-guardian, William Huge Blast Freeman, has thrown another curve in with the general mishmash. Huge Blast's venturesome announcement that he may be Lori's organic dad has unquestionably set the talk plant burning. On the off chance that the test affirms the long-held conviction of Darnell Woods being Lori's dad, it could prompt a built-up connection among Lori and Steve in spite of not being her organic parent's style. Eve has persistently embraced Lori as his own. In past meetings, he's lovingly commented, regardless of the bloodline Lori is and will constantly be my girl. Such certifications highlight the relentless responsibility they share as a family. Anyway, ought to huge blast cases end up being precise then. Repercussions could be complex. An industry insider as of late remarked huge blast contribution changes all that. It's not just about who the organic dad is any longer. It's about trust, long stretches of undisclosed bits of insight, and the very establishment on which the Harvey family was worked. As the Harvey family wrestles with these disclosures, their public picture winds up at a junction. Once celebrated for their affectionate elements, they currently face a possible commotion to control through these rough waters. Some anticipate key public appearances from the family, especially Lori and Steve. Seeing Lori and Steve together, perhaps in a restrictive meeting or a joint task, could be an approach to showing solidarity in the midst of the turmoil. You are the award. Don't give yourself to anyone. By the flow contention remains on the cliff of additional heightening, regardless of whether the DNA test settles the